What is up, everybody? As you can tell from the cockpit view, we're on a different machine today. So I literally just got home from picking up this V-Strom 650. I think it's a 2008 model. I'm not even sure, to be honest. 2008 or 2011. I looked at quite a few of them on Marketplace, or have been looking at quite a few of them. I honestly can't even tell you what this one is. Either way, it'd be the same generation, the first generation V-Strom, regardless whether it's 08 or 2011. And this is literally my first ride on it. I just got it off the trailer. Of course, I test rode the bike, but test riding it, I didn't take a helmet with me, so the test ride was just up a neighborhood street and back with no helmet. So I didn't really get to go far or fast or anything really, but enough to tell that I liked it and I thought it, would be good for what I'm wanting it for. See if it'll wheelie. Yeah, it'll wheelie. It'll also spin the rear when it wheelies too. Well, unfortunately, these bikes are not supposed to be wheelie. At least not very often, or for very far at a time, because the oil pickup is in a position where when the engine's past, I think 30 degrees is what I've seen, read. There's also a video where a guy has an engine case split, and he puts a piece of plexiglass on one side, glues it to one side, fills it with coolant to what would be the appropriate oil level, and then starts tilting it back, and you can see that the oil sump runs out of oil. Anyway, this video is not about that, but you cannot wheelie these things for long periods of time. They will run dry on oil, but it'll pop a wheelie, and it would ride a wheelie if you wanted to keep pushing it. But anyway, first impressions, this is the first time I've ever rode a V-Strom 650. It's the first time I'd ever thrown a leg over one. And first impressions is on the road, it is fantastic. I haven't hit any twisties on it, but it is very nimble. At speed, anything, first gear speed and higher, you do not tell the weight. Really, the only time you tell this bike's 500 pounds is when you pick it up off the side stand, or if you were to outright drop it, I imagine you'll be able to notice it then. But going down the road, very nimble. This one has Anarchy 3 tires on it, so a very road biased tire on it at the moment. So of course that probably helps out with the on-road handling characteristics. The cockpit is plenty spacious. I'm not a very large guy by any means, but I could see how easily up to 6'1" or so you'd be pretty comfortable, especially with your arms. I'm gonna have to get some bar risers, and these are the stock steel bars, and have to do something about that as well. These are pretty high bend, so even with a high bend dirt bike style bar, I'll probably need some bar risers as well. And you can probably tell from the thumbnail, it's got hard bags. It's got an ugly top case on it. I'll probably get that off of there, and a lot of white reflective tape all over it. I'll probably get some of that off. But yeah, first initial ride impressions is very happy. Yeah, it's gonna be a handful off-road, and when I say off-road, I really mean light off-roading. I'm not, you might, but I'm not going to probably be bombing this thing down any single track. It'll just be some easy 2-track and but dirt roads. I could see dirt roads being fine on this. Compared to a Versy 650, which I have owned I've done about 1,500 miles on one, you can tell that you are running a taller front tire compared to the Versys. The seating position is very similar, a little wider in the saddle perhaps, but very similar riding position. A little better wind protection, I will say, than the Versys. Mine was just stock Versys with stock screen, and not a super great amount of wind protection on a stock Versys 650. So compared to that, very good. I mean, this one does have that little Lamar lip type screen on it, so that may be giving it a slight advantage over a stock Versys. But anyway, I'm just running up here to the gas station to put gas in it, and I plan on commuting it to work tomorrow, and really don't like stopping in the morning to get gas. At least it's not fun to do whenever I'm fully loaded out in my wintertime gear. So let's do this real quick. Alright, and we're back. So I'm not even sure how large the tank is on these. For some reason 5.8 jumps out in my head, but I'm not 100% sure on that. However, I can tell you it said I had half a tank left, and it only held, or it did hold, not only, it held 3.5, so I don't feel like it's got a 7-gallon tank, probably closer to a 6. But we'll take the 2-lane highway on the way back and run a little higher speed and see how we feel about the wind protection then. But so far, happy with it and pretty excited to have it. Haven't sold the DR yet, so still need to sell that. So technically got 4 bikes in the garage if you count a little DR Z70. But this is going to be way better 2-up, and to do 55 to 60 in 6th gear on this thing, it's turning $4 grand, $4.5 grand, but it does not feel like it. I've been riding single cylinder Dualsport for so long. That's kind of my primary bike that man, the twin cylinder just purrs along so smoothly. I feel like doing 55 to 60 in 6th gear is almost lugging the engine, but really it's turning 4,000 plus RPM. So we're coming up on 70 now. Yeah, wind protection's great. I'm wearing the Dualsport helmet with a beak, and the wind's going clean over my helmet. I have to really look up to notice the wind hitting the beak of the helmet, and even then it's still hitting down on the top of it. So just in the natural riding position for me, it is great. And I know that the wife is going to enjoy the passenger seat on this much more than she enjoys it on the DR650. So anyway, yeah, I'm not going to keep rambling on. There's kind of the first ride impressions. I'll bring a more in-depth video to come and a walk around going over all the accessories it's got on it here in the near future. But yeah, so far extremely pleased with the purchase. Got a really good deal on it. I planned on selling the DR650 before I bought anything, and a really good deal, we'll call it a decent deal, popped up, and I messaged the guy, and he was close by. I went and looked at it. He came way down on his price after talking with him for a little while, and he had actually had it listed for a few weeks, and I guess hadn't had too much interest in it, at least not enough interest for anybody to come look at it. So he actually ended up coming way down on his price. From his initial list price, he was down $1,000, just over $1,000. So anyway, I was good to get it, and happy to have it and get it. So look forward to bringing you some videos on it and enjoying it, and gonna commute to work on it tomorrow. And it is nice that it has racks and bags and everything already on it, make it a great commuter for me without having to throw any money at it. So hopefully it'll just be small modifications here and there to get it better suited to my needs. So anyway, Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you look forward to more content, and we will catch y'all in the next one.